Okay, little impromptu DIY project. So Matthew, my fiance, has a very nice bourbon collection and we are upgrading the display today. So let me show you. Like many of our projects, we have done this one on a whim. So Matthew came into the dining room, gave me his idea, and we headed to the hardware store to see what we can do. The most research was done for these brackets. They're available in store at Home Depot. It'll be linked below. And just for ease and lack of power tools, we decided to go with the Select premium board. So this is a 1" by 8" by 8" piece. Here is the current setup. And really the issue is one, it's full, but two, the shelves are too short. So everything on top can't fit on any other shelf. Here is a before shot of the dining room. To the left, you can see the current bourbon setup, and the wall across from where I'm standing filming is going to be the new bourbon wall. That shelf on top was there when we bought the house. It's original to the house, and we're gonna keep it and utilize it for the bourbon. And we're adding 3 new 8-foot long shelves to the wall. Now it's just time to find the studs, which proved difficult. Difficult because nowadays the standard distance between studs is 16 inches. And we found out very quickly that this is not the case with our house because it was built 60 years ago. So we're having to go to some pretty extreme lengths to figure out where these studs actually are. No. It's just the box. This house was built in 1960. Look at how thick this beadboard is. Beadboard today, I feel as though, is only a 1/4 inch thick. This is, it appears to be hard wood, and it is at least 3/4 inches thick. We're having trouble figuring out where the studs are. How far apart are these?
32. If I do,
Well,
that's not on the 16 one, though.
You could start.
That's what, 32. This isn't right. This doesn't follow the same pattern anyways. Because 32 and 16 is what, 48, and then 64. That's what the red numbers are. So the red numbers are the 16 inches on the center. So that's 32, 48, 64. So this doesn't follow the same pattern anyways.
At this point, we were almost guessing. So Matthew started trying to drill, and as you can see, we were not finding studs. No? After putting a couple holes in the wall, we decided to switch gears, which was, let's go find studs in drywall in the house, use that math for the distance between the two and apply it here in the dining room, and that still didn't work. So then we moved to magnets. Like, let's magnetize to the nails that were used to get the paneling into the studs, but that didn't exist because the paneling all can snap together in itself like tongue and groove. So we finally found success when just banging on the walls. That's one. With 3 brackets per shelf, we just had to find 2 more studs. This is exactly on the center of the screw.
All right, so we're in this bead.
Hold on.
No stud.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh my God. I feel like it's right here.
It's right there.
Can you press in? Can you do the press in thing right here? Yeah, there's no give there. There's give there. There's no give there.
Yeah.
So then what's 36?
It's like in here somewhere. At least we don't have to do it the one time, because once we know where the stud is, we'll just
yeah, and then you can do
go
your.
straight down.
Mm-hmm.
What would 24 be? 24 and 40.
24 and 48.
Hold that, yeah, I know.
All right, what's the distance between those? 33 and a half. No.
Come here and hold this. 33 and a half. We gonna go with that?
Yeah. I mean, we may as well try. Was it?
Yep.
Wow.
Through this process of trial and error, we discovered our studs are 16 3/4 inches apart. So to put 3 brackets across one 8-foot span, it's at the 33.5-foot mark. It was important for us to hit the studs to make sure that these bottles of bourbon and whiskey are fully supported.
Beautiful. Actually looks really great. Does it say you're gonna put one up there just to see what it looks like?
Well, if we're gonna put any of them up there, I'll try that.
Gotta put the creme de la creme. Wow.
Now that we know where the 3 studs are, Matthew can just take the same vertical position, go down 17 inches, because it's 17 inches between each shelf, and screw in the next bracket. So he's going across here with the second shelf. Here it is all put together, and Matthew's now just taking small wood screws and screwing the brackets into the actual pieces of wood.
The one nice thing about the third one would be you could put, because if you have a third, then you could like put the stave thing and also have just like an open spot.
Oh yeah.
But like just so you can use like this much to have an open spot for some of the decorative stuff, and then also a spot to like fill your like Karen's. What's a little? You know what I mean? And then like when you go to pour a bottle, you pour it right here. So that might be the benefit of having a third, because when you have this much room not taken up by bottles, you might actually need the third.
As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we did buy enough for 3 sets of shelves. Matthew just wanted to see what his collection looks like up on what was already installed on the wall instead of installing a third shelf. So you can see that here, he's just putting everything together and see how he likes it. We're using the original shelf at the top that came with the house, and we can always put in the third shelf on the bottom, another 17 inches down from the one above it, just to add more shelf space if needed.
Between the outlets.
Did you ever drink that old soul that Doug gave you?
Yeah, it's gone. I like drinking Old Soul.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Actually, it's literally, it's 17 and a half inches. Like it's like right at
That is?
yeah. So that would be the height of the bottom shelf. And to be completely honest, now I'm looking at it like that, I'm like, that's actually not that low. I was thinking it was gonna be like way down here. You'll have to take a picture and send it in the group chat.
Oh my goodness. I need some lighting over there is really what I need.
For those of you watching this video who are concerned with the number of holes we put into this paneling for this project, please fear not. The top shelf where we were trying to do all of the estimation for figuring out where our studs are, that top shelf has successfully covered all of those holes, so it's really not that big of a deal. And then on top of that, at some point we're probably going to replace the paneling with drywall, so we really weren't concerned with the number of holes. And it was obviously worth it because look at how much bourbon this is. You want it to be on a stud to ensure that you don't have a risk of the shelves coming down off the wall. So here is the final look. How incredible is that? It's just so nice to see it all laid out, and we add some finishing touches with the Schmidt sign and my collection of Pyrex, and we added the one little console so Matthew has a place to actually pour all of his alcohol.
What do you think?
I think that's a lot of bourbon. The problem is there's not enough room for bourbon.
Yeah. Ta-da! What are you gonna pick as the first one?
The Westward single malt, a stout cast finished whiskey.